For this question, we have a table that lists the average monthly costs to workers for families' health insurance for various years. We want to use a graphing calculator. We're going to use the Desmos calculator to fit a regression line to the data. We're going to predict the average monthly cost to workers for families' health insurance in 2020 and compare that with the value of $494.70. So let's take a look. We want to find the correlation coefficient for the regression line and determine whether the line fits the data closely. Actually, we're going to skip that last part there. We're just going to do parts A and B. So what we need to do is take this data from the table and we're going to put it into the Desmos calculator. So what I've done is I've got my MathLab question and the Desmos calculator for us. The Desmos calculator, you can find it just by typing Desmos in Google. And I'm going to take the table. My MathLab has this nice pop-out feature so that we can get the data. Let me see. We're going to copy it to the clipboard. And I'm going to set this to separating the items with a comma. So let's copy this data. I'm hitting Control C. Maybe not, maybe you got to highlight. Hit Control C. Let me try Control A. Control A selects all the data. Control C, copying the data, and I'm going to paste it right here in Desmos. So Control V for paste. Now it's not quite right because our data is using the year and the year in 2009, but it's counting that as year 0. So we can't have both of them there. Let's delete the 2009 and 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, and 2014. Now it's set up. Now we want our points to show on the graph on the right, so I'm going to hit this Zoom Fit magnifying glass, and it's going to show me those data points. And now we're going to type. We want Desmos to find a model for our data, and we want it to be a linear model, so we're going to use y equals mx plus b. So we've got a y1 and an x1, so let's do y underscore 1, and we're going to use the tilde button. So I'm hitting Shift, and then it's in the upper left of your keyboard to get that tilde. And then I need the slope, x underscore 1, so x1, and then plus b. So it's drawing that line that best fits the data for us, and it's giving us right here the slope and the y-intercept. So the directions here state to round to the nearest hundredths. So for the slope, we've got 19.91. I've rounded that to the hundredths place, which is 2 decimal places. And then we're going to type in the y-intercept, rounded to 2 decimal places, the hundredths place, 306.05. So that's part A. Then for part B, we want to find the average monthly costs for family health insurance in 2020. So remember, we have the years related to numbers. 2009 is year 0. So we've got to figure out what 2020 is. So if I do 2020 minus 2009, that's 11 years. So that's the X that I'm going to use, 11. I'm going to go back to my whiteboard. And maybe before I do that, I'm going to get my regression line here so I can remember the slope and the y-intercept. And we said we're going to do year 2020. 2020 is x equals 1, x equals 11. I got that by doing 2020 minus 2009. And we're going to substitute that into our equation. This is the equation of our line of best fit, our regression line. That's y equals 19.91 times 11 plus 306.05. I can do that in my normal calculator, or we could go back to our Desmos calculator. So 19.91 times 11 plus 306.05 gives me 525.06. So that's what I'm going to type right here. That's the predicted value for 2020 for the average monthly cost for family health insurance. Then we want to compare it to a value of 494.7. So let's take the difference of these two values. 252.506 minus 494.70. So I'm subtracting these two values. And we get that the difference is $30.36. And then we have this drop-down menu. And the drop-down menu says either more or less. We can see that in my math lab here. More or less. So we got the predicted value to be 525.06. When we compare the two values, the difference is $30.36. And we got it to be more than the 494.7. So I hope this helps you understand how to use the Desmos tool and to use that table feature in my math lab to help you enter the data in my math lab, enter the data in Desmos. Thank you for checking out my videos. Have a great day.